G'day YouTube, Down the Bricks here. I have a Hulkbuster of a video for you guys today, and we're going to be comparing all of the Hulkbuster releases from Lego. So, starting with this little guy on the left, he came from set 76031, the Hulkbuster Smash. The set comprised of 248 pieces, had 4 minifigs, and was released in 2015. The big guy in the middle, he's from set 76105, the Hulkbuster Ultron Edition, has 1,363 pieces. The set had 1 minifig and of course is a 2018 release. Also from 2018 on the right side, from set 76104, the Hulkbuster Smash Up, 375 pieces and 4 minifigs. So for this video I did have to put all the Hulkbusters together. We will have a quick look at the big guy, but we're going to focus mainly on the 2 smaller Hulkbusters. So if you're on the fence about whether you should pick up the Infinity Wars Hulkbuster, well, stay tuned and we will go through both of those models. So if you're looking for a Hulkbuster for display purposes, the Ultron Edition is definitely the way to go. This thing is a beast of a mech. It stands at almost a foot tall, but it really is only for display purposes. It is very clumsy to move around. You can swivel at the waist, and as I do that I can feel these side pieces wanting to pop off. There's not a lot of clearance there, so you can knock those pieces off quite easy, but you do get some waist swivel there. The main articulation is in the arms. We get a little bit of movement here in the shoulder guard, and you can move the arm back and forth. You can go right around with the arm. You can lift it up and down as well. That's as far as you can go, down to there. With the elbow, you get a bit of elbow bend. That's the full movement of the elbow. And the legs are pretty useless. You can't do much with the legs at all because of the strength of the design for these hinges to make it nice and sturdy. You only get movement outwards from the hip. There's no knee movement whatsoever, and we get a little bit of back and forth on the ankle and tilt as well. So you can get a little bit of a pose just by spreading the legs like that. So you can get a little bit of a pose with him, but he's definitely more for display. But if play is your thing, then you definitely want to get into these 2 smaller Hulkbusters. So first up with our 2015, you can see all of the connections are using ball joints, so you get some good movement with the legs. You can really kick it out there. You get a little bit of swivel on the sides there with the leg, and on the knee we have another ball joint, so we get some pretty good movement in the knee or the foot, depending what you want to call it. And there's no swivel on the waist at all. With the arms, again, we have 2 ball joints, so you get some good movement with the arm up and down, and again with the elbow we get some good pivot there. So with this model, it's a pretty good looking model all over really. It's a little bit ugly on the hip hinges here, and what I do like about both of these models actually is the design of the waist, so that they actually build out. You can see this here, and if we look at the side of the 2 before we get into the articulation of the Infinity Wars model, you can see here just how broad it is in the waist area, and it's all brick built. Whereas on the old 2015 model, you can see it's actually a very light Technic chassis to make the build up, and if we lift that flag piece forward you can sort of see right through there. So it's not as solid as the Infinity Wars model, and it really goes to the piece count. There's probably, I'd have to say, easily 100 more pieces in this new Infinity Wars Hulkbuster compared to the 2015 model. So talking about the 2015 model, again with the articulation, it's a little bit different because we have a ratchet style hinge on this one, so we can rotate. Again, it's pretty good kick on him, and the side pivot here, you can actually lift the leg right out from the hip like so, and the foot is on a ball joint and lots of movement in that. And we also get some toes as well that you can lift up and down. With the arms, again, both of these arms are on ball joints, so we get nice movement on the arms. And again, with the elbow, we do have a play feature with this one where we can pull this round brick out, and you can get a bit of arm movement with that as well, so you can lock it back in there, holds the arm in place. I prefer to have it like that. What that does mean though is we get this quite ugly look of these cog pieces, so it's not very well covered up. So really, between the two models, I prefer the top section of this one. I think having those ball joints on the shoulders, I think that looks a bit better. But like I said, with the hips, it's not too attractive there. Whereas this model here, we have that in the shoulders, but not in the hips. So both models, you can lift the head up to get your pilot inside. You can fit a minifig in there. This new one works a little bit better. You can actually open the chest out like so. So that's a bit better design. And this one's just so much more beefy. So you really see on the forearms here, if we sort of do a side by side there, you can just see how much more bricks have gone into this model. Again, with the legs, if you look down on the legs there, if I can hold them right for you, you can just see there's a lot more bricks gone into this new model. But on the whole, I've got to say, I still really love the old one. And going into this, I kind of thought I would still go with the old one as my favourite, but at closer inspection, I really do need to go with the new one. It's just a lot more bulk to it, and overall I think it is a improvement on the old one. But that's not to say that I don't love this old model. So if you are sitting on the fence and you can't decide whether you should pick up the new Infinity Wars Hulkbuster because you've got the old one, look, honestly, I'd say this still is a great Hulkbuster, and there's probably no need to go and spend your money on this Hulkbuster if you've got something else you'd rather spend your money on, because there's heaps out there from Lego that's very hard to keep up with. So look, honestly, you don't need to go and spend the money if you have this one, but if you're a big fan of Hulkbusters like me and you have to have it, it's a great addition to your collection, and it is very nice to put on display. Alright, so there we have the Hulkbusters in a nutshell. I hope you did enjoy this comparison. Let me know your thoughts on the Hulkbuster. I'm a huge fan of this Hulkbuster suit. I just can't get enough of it. I had to get all three. What about yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, you can find me on Instagram as well at DownUnder. So I'd just like to say a big thank you for taking the time to watch. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.